I mentioned a player who played in Brazil on my last scouting report, but guess what, people? We're not going too far in the world yet again because we're staying right in Brazil. Because the next player I'm going to talk about plays in, guess where? Germany, not Brazil. Obviously. I was looking at a few teams that play in Brazil's top flight and wanted to look at some players who were the best of those respective clubs. Some players hadn't left their own country yet because they were more comfortable playing in Brazil. Others did and then came back at a later date. And the player I'm going to talk about in this Scout Report episode did just that. Róger Guedes, a 26-year-old Brazilian forward who plays for Corinthians. West Ham's got some connections to Corinthians. This is the club that sold Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano to us. It's also the club where West Ham signed Fabio Balbuena from in 2018. Balbuena is now in his second spell at Corinthians. He might be able to put in a good word for this Róger Guedes guy. So, without any further ado, let me tell you about Róger Guedes. Guess what's coming up, folks? The Red Book. So, Róger Guedes. He's a former Grêmio youth player, and he made his breakthrough with Palmeiras. And he showed a lot of promise while he was playing for Palmeiras, but it wasn't a happy time for him. A lot of things were going on behind the scenes that made him hate playing for the club. Not at least the fact that he was bullied by his manager and teammates. I don't mean bullied as in name-calling. They used to perform horrible pranks on him. There's a video circulating of his teammates beating him up. And as a result, he decided to leave the club. He forced to move out. And he went on loan to Atlético Mineiro and had a better time there. In 2018, he moved from South America to Asia and joined Shandong Lueng Taishan in China. He scored 20 goals in 41 games and enjoyed his time over there. He settled in pretty well and became a crucial part of that team. Unfortunately, he got a little bit homesick and decided to move back to Brazil in 2021, signing for Corinthians. What was interesting is that when he first signed for this club, he didn't wear a traditional number. I think this is only the first ever time this has ever happened in football, but he decided to wear a 3-digit number. He wore the number 123 jersey because the number 23 that he usually wears was already taken, and that number honours Guedes' son's birthday. He now wears the number 10, which was vacated by Willian, who now plays for Fulham. What can I tell you about Róger Guedes' style of play? He wasn't exactly what I was expecting in a forward. He plays deep into the box and shoots from very tight angles, and it's made it quite difficult for goalkeepers to save his shots. Bit of a tongue twister going on there. He tends to pass the ball at short distances, especially when he sees a teammate close to him. That's why I think he would be good at West Ham, because Jean-Lucas Scamacca would love these short connecting passes. It might be because two defenders tend to stay near him to stop the chances from happening in the first place, but he's a guy that likes the pressure. He invites the pressure so he can use it to his advantage. He's patient, he finds teammates and composes himself when he's on the ball. I've also seen him take free kicks before and he's not too bad at them either. Away from football, Guedes' biggest thing in life is his faith. He's a very devout Christian who has several religious tattoos, reads the Bible, often references Christianity in interviews and on social media, and prays with his family before games. He credits God for helping him to have the career he has, and I suppose that just makes him a better person at the end of the day. While it doesn't affect his football ability in my eyes, he certainly feels that he's been blessed with a talent. And I suppose footballers really do have a talent, don't they? Thank you very much for watching this scouting report. Would you take Róger Guedes at West Ham? Let me know down below.